It amazes me that to convince black people that Donald Trump cares about them, he takes pictures with celebrities. It's amazing to me. If Donald Trump cared about black people, he wouldn't have denigrated the president with those claims of birtherism.
But part of that is starting off with Snoop Dogg and Nelly and Soulja Boy and others for their decisions to perform at events surrounding the inauguration.
People are talking about the same guy who roasted black artists for performing at Trump's 2017 inauguration, only to perform at a Trump event years later. DL Hughley is now throwing shots, exposing Snoop Dogg's true colors. Snoop's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons lately, especially due to the Diddy drama. Speculation has been swirling that Snoop plays both sides, aligning with the culture while also being linked to the feds. Some even claim he betrayed Tupac. Recently, Suge Knight threatened him, accusing him of hiding secrets. All this drama has people questioning Snoop's loyalty and his role in the industry.
Most important thing is there's got to be a solution, because this has been going on in the industry for a whole years, for decades. And at the same time, you know, nobody wants this to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true. But if we don't fix it and do something about it, history will constantly
repeat itself. Now, Suge, you said something early on that I want to get clarification for the audience. Suge, you said early on, you can't just look at Diddy in isolation. You said this was done to him. He learned from others, and it was done to him, and then he did to others. To me, that sounds like what I hear when people are talking about situations, you know, hurt people, that someone was used, they wind up being a perpetrator. Is that what you're suggesting about Sean Combs, that he was used and he now uses?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I think he repeat what was done to him. And like I said, if you look at Russell Simmons, you know the truth. Andre Rell, you know the truth. Clyde Davis, you know the truth. Jimmy Iovine, you know the truth. So there's not certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from the ceiling or dead before the truth come out.
Suge Knight has been hinting for years that Snoop Dogg wasn't as loyal to Tupac as people believed, calling him the real industry rat who's been playing both sides all along.
And I knew that Pac did everything right by him by putting him on All Eyes on Me, speaking about him and being real with him. And if it's true what they say,
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Face to face is going to be a lot of explaining to do. Only way you have a radio if you was at the fight with us and you had a security detail. Now, not having a security detail, what are you doing with the radio?
Suge Knight claims Snoop Dogg never showed up at the hospital to see Tupac despite the stories that circulated. Now, with Snoop's recent actions, people are questioning his motives. The controversy grew when Snoop, along with Nelly and Rick Ross, performed at one of Donald Trump's inaugural balls. Fans were furious, taking to social media to drag the rappers for even participating. Critics were quick to point out how odd it was for these artists to perform for someone whose fanbase likely doesn't even vibe with their music. It sparked a massive backlash and raised eyebrows about their loyalty.
Nah, chill. I'm not performing. I am in Washington, D.C. right now, but I'm not performing. It's a private vibe I'm doing with my brother Snoop Dogg.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the dope, ready to make an entrance.
Nelly wasn't having it and defended himself during a conversation with rapper Willie D, saying, "I'm not doing this for the money. It's an honor. I respect the office, period." He even went as far as saying he'd perform for President Biden or Vice President Kamala Harris if asked, standing firm in his stance. But DL Hughley wasn't letting it slide. He took to Instagram, calling out Nelly and the others, posting, "Trump propping up white supremacy isn't just his past, Nelly. It's who he still is today." DL made it clear he wasn't backing down on his criticism.
But I am honored to be performing for the office, for the President of the United States, regardless. Ain't nan another president asked me to perform. Nan.
DL Hughley didn't stop with Nelly. He also dissed Snoop by reposting a 2017 clip where Snoop roasted black artists for performing at Trump's inauguration. In the video, Snoop called out Uncle Tom ninjas. Fast forward to now, and Snoop's doing exactly what he clowned others for. The irony is undeniable and definitely cringe.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo is gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the one of you Uncle Tom is for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first?
When the video resurfaced of Snoop Dogg roasting black artists for performing at Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017, the internet went wild. Fans called him out, labeling him the biggest industry buster, and mocking him for contradicting his own words. One social media user even joked, saying Snoop puffed up his chest and said, "Yes sir, I'll dance for you sir." It was a brutal reminder of the irony in his actions. DL Hughley, who's been calling out black artists and comedians siding with Trump for years, also weighed in. Back in 2017, when Steve Harvey visited Trump Tower and announced plans to work with Ben Carson, DL didn't hold back. He posted on social media expressing his disbelief that Trump could convince black people he cared about them. Just by DL added that if Trump truly cared, he wouldn't have pushed the racist birtherism claims or stoked racist fears. He also questioned why Trump was using rappers, comedians, and athletes to represent black Americans, pointing out, "You'd rather see us run the ball than run the country." DL's message was clear. He wasn't buying into the photo ops, and he wasn't going to stay silent. Now, fast forward to today, and it seems history is repeating itself with artists like Snoop, Nelly, and Rick Ross performing at Trump events. DL has some theories about why. He believes Trump's team wanted performers who wouldn't scare the white folks, and pointed out the lack of black faces in the audience, saying, "Some of us were in the house, while most of us were in the fields."
Jose, man, you playing to win tonight, man. You sharp as a mosquito. What's going down? That's that crypto, see? They let a real crip up in the crypto ball. Ooh. Bang, bang.
DL Hughley suggested that Trump's decision to bring in Snoop Dogg was a power play, flexing his ability to make someone like Snoop, who had once clowned him, switch sides. Let's be real, it's not a good look for Snoop. DL also pointed out that Trump didn't call on rappers like Waka Flocka, Kodak Black, or Lil Pump this time. Why? Because they had already served their purpose, being loud and controversial, but didn't move the needle anymore. Instead, Trump went for someone like Snoop, whose participation would create real waves. And, let's be honest, it worked. The internet stayed undefeated with savage takes flooding social media. A user hit hard, quoting DMX, "They sold their souls to the devil, and the price was cheap." Another added that after Snoop's Olympic appearance, he thought he was untouchable, that the love was unconditional, wrong. And then there was the gem. When you get a certain amount of money, you can come up with any excuse to do wrong. But let's be clear, money can't erase history. We will remember this. That last part? It hits different. People aren't letting Snoop off the hook, no matter how iconic his career has been. So what do you think? Did Snoop, Nelly, and Rick Ross fumble the bag by performing for Trump? Or is it just business at the end of the day? Do you think Snoop is playing for both teams? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We've got more of the hip-hop saga coming your way, and it's about to get even messier. Stay tuned for the next video.